Hey YouTube, welcome to another video. Hopefully you guys like the new style here. If it pays off, I'll continue to make my videos this way. I thought I'd go ahead and put a little more effort into this one. So there you go. So here I have the Synosa Chroma Pro keyboard by Razer. Right, this guy was 80 bucks straight from the Razer store. It's $60 for the Synosa Chroma version, which doesn't have the underglow, and it's $80 for this version with the underglow. There are things I like about this keyboard. There's things that are okay or could be improved or better, but I'll go ahead and I'll run through my thoughts in the next few minutes with you. So like I said, it's $80 for the Synosa Chroma Pro version. If you want the version without the underglow, it's $20 less for the Synosa Chroma. Probably a better bang for your buck to get that version, but I decided to splurge a little bit and get the underglow, which looks kind of cool. Now this is the default effect that's showing up right now. This is what happens when you plug it in without any of the software or anything like that. When your computer's booting up, it hasn't loaded into Windows yet. It does this effect, which I'll talk about a little bit more in detail, why it could be improved. But overall, its build quality is pretty good. I know Razer's stuff isn't always perfect. Like I've had a few, Death Adder Chromas that break on me and things like that. But so far, it's been okay. It is a mecha membrane, which means that it's got the feel of a mechanical keyboard, but the actual action is membrane, so it has a little bit of that push zone to it. It's not quite as clacky. It doesn't feel like binary, where it's either push down. It's not. It's got a little bit more of a soft push to it, but the keys feel like they're mechanical. So that's actually kind of cool for me. I didn't want to go full mechanical, but I've been getting kind of bored of the membrane keyboards that you find on a lot of computers. So here I've got it actually set up. You can see how the underglow actually kind of reflects off your table right there, which looks pretty cool. Like I said, mecha membrane, right, so it's got kind of like a gel push to it, but the keys are the size of a mechanical. Does definitely look pretty cool. This is not the default theme like I talked about. I had to edit this to get it to slow down a little bit. It is a default theme actually, it's just, again, slowed down a little bit because it was way too fast for my taste. I'll go over the app in 1 second about how you can actually go through and customize your settings there. But on the back side, you got your standard full flip downs right there, just for a little bit more prop up off the table. It's an underside of a keyboard. Like, how much is there to really say? I do like the little Razer logo right here, though. It does kind of tie it all together. But one thing that I was going to mention is that it doesn't seem to have a function lock. So whenever I change my audio with these function keys up here, it's also got ones for pause, play, skip, etc. I think keyboard light themes. You got to hold the function key. Now, it at least goes ahead and turns off all the other keys. You can kind of your eyes can kind of focus on oh hey, there's my volume keys, right? But just a little thing, I prefer to have a function lock, unless I'm just completely mistaken and it has that functionality somewhere where I could just press this and have it natively, do my audio. So here I've got the Razer Synapse app pulled up. It actually goes ahead and mirrors what's on the keyboard in real time, which is pretty cool. So I'll go ahead and go over how to change some of those settings. Okay, so here I am in the Razer Synapse app. This is what you see by default. It's got a whole bunch of different modules to it. I'm not really going to be going over all the ins and outs of this app because it's not really my specialty. I don't know why it's not detecting my Death Adder Chroma mouse, but at any rate, you got your Chroma Pro with your profile, which is from my old computer, but at any rate, you can go ahead and turn gaming mode on. It really just disables your Windows key and such, which it's cool if you accidentally hit the Windows key a lot. I don't, so it's fine. You've got a lot of different tabs. I just go over to lighting, and there's different quick effects that you can use. You got wave, which is kind of like the default. It looks like that. Like I said, it's way too fast for my taste. It looks very busy. So what I do is I actually go ahead and I went to the advanced effects in Chroma Studio, which is a little bit interesting because you can add different layers, and it gets confusing. I didn't really figure it out yet, but I just have one layer with the wave effect on it, and all I do is I went ahead and I took that effect. I can delete this other effect by right clicking, and I just turned down the speed a little bit, so it looks much more chill, much more calm, not as busy, and it cycles through the full range of colors, so I'm getting all the color out of my keyboard. But I'll go ahead and go over some of the other effects that you can use by default. So here's your ambient awareness. This is really, I think, aware of what's on your screen, so it's not doing much of anything interesting right now. You got audio meters. If I start, making some noise, it kind of lights up a little bit. I guess that's kind of cool. be really cool if it split up by different frequency ranges so that, you know, it looked like a audiograph or whatever. That would be really cool. Breathing. Takes a second to apply. There you go. Kind of just fades in and out through different colors. Fire. You get the idea. I don't think I really need to go through absolutely all of them. You know, you got ripple, which I think goes ahead and reacts to whatever key you're pressing. That's pretty cool. So lots of cool effects. Again, it's customizable. You can edit the primary colors of each. I can say, hey, I want this ripple to be red, but primarily. Go ahead and change that. But again, I just keep it on the nice slow wave, get all my colors out of it, and it looks nice and good. What I can do for you right now is do an audio test. I can use my microphone as well as my camera here, so if I just go ahead and plant down my camera like so. Please excuse whatever other crap you see on the screen right now, and I'm just going to go ahead and type some stuff. You can definitely hear it a little bit more than, you know, your typical membrane keyboard. But it's not quite as loud as your typical mechanical keyboard. It lacks some of that clacking noise. So the one thing about this keyboard that I'm not quite as crazy about is that when you edit your profiles and you save them, it doesn't get baked into the actual keyboard. Right? I would expect there to be some controller that actually gets data flashed to it, where the settings are baked into the keyboard. So you can unplug it from your machine, plug it into another machine, and it'll keep your profiles. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that. If you plug it into another computer that doesn't have your profiles on it, or if your computer hasn't loaded up the app yet, it goes to that default the default theme that I showed you earlier. So if I actually go ahead and I reboot my machine right now, I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, the app shut down even before the computer's off, so it's back to the default theme. So Windows is at the login screen. The app hasn't actually started yet. It took maybe 15 seconds or so for it to start applying my theme. Again, not really a big deal. It would be an improvement, right? It would be pretty cool if the actual theme got baked into the keyboard somehow. So that's about it for this video. I decided to keep this one a little bit shorter because I know sometimes my videos can be a little bit long. I apologize for that. And I really don't mean to be that guy, but if you like the video, please consider liking it. Just throwing it a like and even subscribing if you want to see more. You know, it does help me out a lot. Again, I don't want to be that guy that nags his viewers for likes and subscribes and guilt trips them, but it would just help me out a little. Anyway, and if you want to see a video on building this rig, please do consider that. It's a Ryzen 3700X build I built about 6-7 weeks ago. Had a lot of fun doing it. It's a super sweet build. You might enjoy that video, and as always, thank you for watching.